Now that we've written our chain code and we've compiled it, let's test it out. So you're going to want to navigate back to the Bluemix, log back in if you're not logged in, access your blockchain service, launch the dashboard. This will show you your network. All right, so everything's up and running. Once you get there, let's navigate to your Swagger APIs. And you're going to want to look for the network enroll IDs. So we're going to expand that. And what we want to do, we're going to want to copy some of these credentials. So let's copy the first one and the secret. What I'd like to do is I keep my text editor open. I'll just put it in there and we'll save that. Okay, we're going to need that in a second. All right, so let's collapse that and let's go to our Chaincode APIs. Actually, I'm sorry. Let's go to the registrar, and we want to test to make sure that those credentials are working. So you'll see this call, user enrollment credentials. Let's click on that. Let's go back to our text file. Okay, so our enroll ID is user type 1. We'll paste that here. Grab the secret. And if everything is working, we should show that we're logged in. So let's try it out. And yep, we're already logged in, so we are good. All right, so let's close that. And let's go now, we'll go to our Chaincode APIs. All right, so first thing that we're going to want to do, we're going to want to do deploy, and we're going to want to set a value with our key, which is hello world. So let's grab the JSON. We'll expand this box. And okay, so first thing we need to do is we need to get the path to the code that is in GitHub. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go back to the tutorial for a second. If you scroll down, you'll see, so here's the deploy API, the call rather. So just copy this. So this is the path to where the finished code is. Go back here to our API. So I'm going to paste that. But what you're going to want to do is right here, this is your GitHub repository, so we don't want to go against the IBM blockchain one. You want to go against your own, so type in the appropriate information. All right, now, oh, I put that in the wrong place. Let's just change that. It should have been here, Chaincode ID. Now we're going to want to set the function in our code to initialize or init, and then we are going to change the argument to hi there, and then the secure context, that again is your enroll ID. Let's take that, paste that here. All right, so that should be it. So let's test that out. And hopefully we got a 200. Oh, and we did. All right, so now this is going to give us the hash code or hash ID to chain code. So let's just copy that. Again, let's open our text file. We're going to store that. Now what we're going to do a query because we're going to want to test to make sure that we actually wrote out that value. So let's scroll back up. And you're going to want to just clear this. Now you're going to want to grab the query. Now that we've put a value into our block, let's query it, make sure that it actually was written out. So you're going to go to right here to the query spec. Let's grab the JSON. Let's expand that. So we're going to need our chain code hash ID. And then we are going to want to change our function. We're going to want to read it. And we're going to want to, the argument here is going to be our key, which is hello world. We need to finally put our enroll ID in. So let's do that. And let's try it out. Hopefully did everything right and it'll work. Let's see. All right. We got two up, and there we go. All right, we got hello there. Okay, so far we've deployed, showed you how to initiate something. We've done a query on that value. So let's do one final thing. We're going to, let's change that value that we just set. So let's just, I'm going to clear everything again. Go back to our chain code. Okay, and now we're going to use the invoke function. Okay, let's just make this a little bigger so we can see what we're doing here. Once again, we need our chain code hash ID. All right. Make sure you put it in the right place. I have a bad habit of not putting it in the right place. So for some reason I always put it in the function. So now we're going to do the write function. And then, right, so here we actually have two arguments. So we have the key, hello world. And then we're going to change it to something witty like go away. We need our enroll ID one more time. Okay, so let's try this out. Okay, looks. Yep. So we got a success. Okay, let's query that to make sure that we've actually wrote the value out. Okay. Okay, so let's get our hash ID. Let's make this a read function. Put our key in, hello world, and grab our enroll ID. Let's try this out, make sure I entered everything correctly. Check out the response. Yep, and there we go. So we've managed to reset that value. And so now, there you go. You've written some chain code. You've invoked it on your blockchain network using the API, the Swagger APIs. And that's going to conclude our video for today. Thanks very much, and have fun learning chain code and using the IBM blockchain service.